thing right now where I'm at, I don't know where you're at. I know it's probably the same place I'm at, but, you know, the volume level is going down a little bit. About a month ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I walked outside this night and everything's rocking and rolling. It's like, rock and roll and lost pollution. Everybody's rocking, partying, beer slacks on each other. Everybody's fighting and making love. But now it's kind of everybody's bedding up. You know, they getting, oh, shit, man, I'm going back to my old lady now. You know, I'm going to lay up. We're going to sing songs and just kind of get these babies raised on up through the winter. And it's done changed up. So this weather's changed. The brother's climate it's turned into, we're changing seasons. And I'm out here barefoot, a little bit cooler weather than I should be outside barefoot. And I'm hearing these crickets. And I am in a philosophical mood. I want to just talk about nothing but I want to know, and one of these days I'm going to be dead. I was sitting out here in my front yard this morning, and I saw an ambulance go by real slow and 2 vehicles following behind it. And somebody was dying, basically in front of the house going by. They were getting, they were trying to resuscitate. And I knew who it was, and they died. Going right behind in front of my house, right there. Just a little while ago, 12 hours ago. Right.
Dude, that's rough.
Yeah, and of course, and all day long, I've been, I switched from one phone to another, an old phone to a new phone, and I've been doing all that. But in the back of my mind, I've been happy to be alive. But number two, I've just been thinking about things. It's like, man, oh my God, I'm surrounded by all kinds of things, all these other animals that are trying to live and thrive, and me and these trees and my family and this world and all this shit going on around, all this shit and wars and just politics, the elections and all this shit. My mind goes, fuck. I mean, this is the reason why for the past couple of weeks, my friend, I've been sitting around a campfire. I've been burning the fuck out of some debris. You hear me?
Oh, dude, yeah. Hey, that's old school, rural Arkansas, just sitting around a campfire. Go ahead. Please, continue.
Well, nobody's talking about any political shit. I mean, people are talking about it on TV because they're getting ratings from it. I want to go hear that shit, I fucking dial it in. I go dial in YouTube, and my algorithm knows what I like and hate, and that's going to show it to me. Reality every day. My reality every day is I'm trying to live. I'm trying to pay for these groceries. I'm trying to keep this campfire going. I've been having this thing going for now.
Everyday life has gotten harder for all of us. I mean, we were all born back in the 70s. You and I both. I was born in 72. I think you was 69 or 71. I mean, you're just a little older than I am. And we were just raised in a different generation. And it makes it tougher now because, again, it goes back to what we was discussing earlier. It was like, we had 3 channels, man. You had to reach out the window and turn the antenna. Now, everybody's got it in their face. And too much info, maybe. Now, what do you think about that?
It's like the other night I was at this meeting. Somehow these people got me on these educational boards, which is pretty interesting because, I do deserve to be there because I'm the greatest ever, and everything I've ever done is absolutely perfect, and this is the most fantastic.
No. You're belittling yourself, but brother, you got a PhD. You did the damn college work, so you deserve to actually speak, okay? Well, you do have the credentials to actually speak about this. Now, the others, yeah. Anyway, I apologize. Please continue.
Okay, I appreciate all the flattery. But anyway, so the reality, and that's what we should do, always pump each other up. It's like with you and my friends, I do never want to belittle anybody. Of course, sometimes it makes people uncomfortable, but I'd rather people be bragging about me than talking about me bad because I do make mistakes, you make mistakes, and that should be more of that. And that's exactly the fucking point I'm trying to talk about right now. Let's make our everyday lives, let's force these fuckers on TV to do the same thing. You mentioned a little bit ago, we could have 4 or 5 different personalities you could listen to. I could go to my grandpa's house and I hear a different one over there because he watched CBS. Old people back then in the 70s and 80s, they'd watch CBS, okay? And, of course, they said there was a liberal bias to it. But if you ask my grandpa, he didn't know about that. He called himself a Republican. but he believed in, democratic values. Whenever they offered that government cheese out there, him and his wife went out there, my grandmother went out there and got a bucket of it, a box of it, a whole bucket of other stuff, and they brought it home and they used it. Of course, that's the problem now, is that people from every level are doing these things, but worried about what other people are doing, and it's just this big conglomerated mess. But people have always accepted help from the government. Man, people, the richest people in the world have help from the government. That's a lot of times how they get rich. They just learn they start there and they grow. But now, also like my grandpa and him, they weren't like kicking a gift horse in the mouth. Of course, that's a different kind of generation. This is a guy born in 1914. We can't even comprehend that now. This is a guy that I've seen tiller his garden, just like I am right now, barefoot. He would take off his shoes and he would go out there, and between those rows of stuff, he would go out there and he would tiller that thing. And he would be, when I was born, he was 60. So you're talking about when he's 70 years old, he was out there doing this shit. He'd grab hold of that tiller and had fucking arthritis, but he did not want to let fucking go of that thing. He did not want to ever concede that it was going to be him and that fucking ambulance going down the road. So he'd grab a hold of that fucking tiller and he would carry it down those roads. Have a pipe in his mouth, rolling out that smoke. And that's what got him, by the way. But he had that thing. He was out there and he was just digging that thing. And he had his feet in that ground. And that's what he knew. That's how he connected to the world. And that was how he did it. He all his grandkids, his kids, everything else, he could go out there and shut off. He's got his feet in the dirt. He's got that loud motor on, turn everybody off. But, see, that's the thing. We have too much shit going on at one fucking time these days. I remember back when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, everybody took off for deer hunt. Even if you didn't deer hunt, everything was shutting down. Most of the time, I didn't remember it was all paid. You wanted your people to pay. You wanted to come back after deer hunt. You wanted to come back after 1 week. And the way to do that was give them a designated pay. Say, hey, we're going to pay you next week, but next week you got to come back. If you got to go hunt a couple of days, that's fine, but we got to make this shit up. Of course, it was a balance of nature and reality. Now it's like, well, there are people that want everything free. The billionaires, they want everything for fucking free. The people that are poor as hell want everything for free. And there's like 2 or 3 people that are having to work and pay for all of it. And I don't mind sharing some of my, hard work, but, let me have a little bit too, a little bit of time, to go out and help them do everything else. But to me, for me, as the time that I need to be barefoot. I need to be outside. I need to be listening to this right there. I want to let it just be quiet for a minute. Slow down. Listen to that. You hear it? Donald, can you hear what I'm hearing?
Yes, I hear it. It's the essence of silence.
So what do you hear over there? What are you thinking about?
I'm hearing bullfrogs and stuff because, again, it's like what you were talking about. It's the end of the season. There's a turning of the seasons. I hear a few bullfrogs because, again, rural Arkansas, I've got a couple of bullfrogs that are late fuckers. Excuse me for that word, but that's all they do. But, no, I understand what you mean, dude. I mean, it's just that consideration, that understanding, that connection to, if you want to be part of nature, then you got to walk out there and you just got to be part of it. Everyday life is horrible. Believe me, I despised every day standing at my job. Now, I was an electrical and instrumentation tech, and I loved moving around. And that's what gave me that moving around. But at the same time, I get it. It's a case of I got to move around. When you go to the Zen state, and if anything, if you're religious at all, you can find God or you can just find peace. And I think you find peace, and I find mine where mine is, and that's why we talk about it. So how about you?
Well, that's it, you know. And, of course, that doesn't mean we're perfect. But I'm going to tell you right now, I remember hearing about those old guys, those old Taoist guys that live in those mountains. And they were, you know, Zen is a mix between Taoism and Buddhism. So it's just, the Taoism is kind of a really cool thing. Because these old guys, people that live kind of like us, they live out in the woods. They're older. They're above, 45 or so, 40 or so, typically. They got, kids that they got mostly raised. And they experiment around a little bit too much with drink, maybe sometimes, maybe some other things that get their minds out there thinking. And they like to be outside, and if you come up there on them on any day of the week, whenever you hadn't got something in the calendar, they may be dirty as hell. It's me. Like today, I had a FedEx car pull up on me, and good. I had on like some insulated underwear and some shorts and a windbreaker, and my head shaved. I had on some sunglasses and some purple shoes that Ben dared me to wear out there to get the phone. And well, anyway, so it was a weird experience because you never know. You never know, or there may be days that I'm up there on a Zoom call and I may pretend like I have a tie on. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But when you walk upon people in their element, like I have been last few days here, it's like I'm barefoot, I'm happy, I'm dirty, I'm this old man up here. I may be a little bit fucked up, I don't know. I'm not
we've always fucked up, brother. I'm still trying to get us some extra, but yeah, I know how it is. Hey, it's all right, man. I mean, the connection.
Let's talk about that extra. Let's talk about that extra because we don't have to talk about any kind of materials, but there has been this our whole lives. People have talked about psychedelics. Now we experience psychoactive stuff all the time. It's tending on the edge of psychoactive type stuff or psychedelic type stuff. But now psychedelic, it does something different, and that's the new buzz thing now. It's kind of like everybody's trying to figure out. They know that human beings have been doing it for 40-something thousand years, which is as long as any kind of history of human beings can show. That was during the time of the Neanderthals and other hominids living with us on this planet that has crickets and dirt and shit like that. That's hard to believe. That's the thing I'm talking about. That we are right here and now, but there's been other right heres and fucking nows along the way. That's what's fucking interesting to me. That's what I want to tease apart. I mean, sometimes I don't know if it's because I'm on psychedelics or it's because of psychoactives, but it feels like I'll take 2 or 3 steps and go, holy fucking shit. I felt like a hominid. I felt like I saw a world around me. The trees were different. Everything was different, and I just experienced it. And maybe it's because of the fact that I'm using so many different hallucinogens, I guess, as such. I don't know. What the fuck? I don't know. But it's like it's not really teasing it in and out of reality, but it's like a self-induced, I want to be there type thing. I want to fucking time travel without having to get in some kind of spaceship and dissolve my information into some shit that I can't bring back. That's what I want to say. You talk for me.
Oh, no, I understand. And that's kind of where that we're going to go ahead and say the shroom trip that, we're looking towards, because we are open-minded, and there's so many folks that are so close-minded, which is why we want to expand it. I know there's something bigger than I am, but it ain't going to be the conservative Republican idea. That's what I want to explore. I want to explore me outside of myself, but I know myself, and I know who I am. I know how I act, and I know I love my kids, my wife, and anybody I got connection to, but I also smoke the shit out of some weed. But, I want to expand that mind because I'm just not into the party line. I'm not a follower. I want to be a leader, and I know I am, and which is why the folks that follow that party line, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Okay.
So at the same time, I get that. I mean, I get following the party line, because if you're not strong as... Go ahead.
Let me join you there for a minute. I'm going to tell you, we have been around for a long fucking time, bro. And that party line thing, you know, it's the wrong fucking party line. I mean, no young people ever have wanted to have right-wingers, authoritarians controlling their lives. And if they do, it's because they're being cuckolded by these folks. That is not the way to live life. You want to be free. You don't want to have people telling you what to do. You don't want to have these religious impositions put on you, because not everybody believes in the same religion. That's my perspective. You know, I went through a tour of churches as part of a county-wide exploration. And I want to tell you right now, you know, I walked into several places that all had the same name on the front of the building out there in terms of like a Baptist or a Methodist, whatever. But they don't talk about believing the same thing, because they don't. There's a lot of people telling you their own opinions. You know, they're not originalists. They're not just telling you. They're talking about the religion built around people like Jesus, not about Jesus. Jesus was not the type that was a follower, you know, like you're talking about there. His stuff. I mean, you got to be a leader. You can't just listen to what these fuckers tell you. I mean, they have it. People are on a stage hollering shit to you because they want to frame it for you in a certain way. But you got to think about yourself. You got to be an independent fucking thinker. You cannot listen to what these people tell you. You got to think about it. You got to realize that everybody talking has an agenda. Like right now, I have an agenda. My agenda is to make people fucking wake up. You know, and by that, I mean be woke. And not woke as in some dumbass fucking definition that somebody gave you, but as in be fucking a human being. There's been 900 fucking billion years ever of human existence, or of worldly existence, and this whole time, it don't make a fuck if it's a white rock and a black rock communicating. I mean, a fucking rock's a rock. You can't be, all this differentiation bullshit that everybody's trying to push out is, I mean, eventually it's going to be futile, because it all mixes and matches all along the way, and the twirling shit inside of space you can't fucking control. It's just out of your fucking control. You got to live here and now. You got to put your feet in the dirt. You got to get you, you got to be an old Taoist person. You got to get you some kind of something to make you happy. Some people smoke weed. Some people eat pounds and pounds of mushrooms, or gallons and gallons of beer, or pounds and pounds of weed, or whatever. But you just got to be cool. People just make it. They're not fucking connecting with the world. It's with reality. They're connecting to televisions and telephones and shit like that, and they're not getting their feet and putting it in the fucking dirt and saying and building a fucking.
They're not walking out in the barefoot in the yard and just feeling the cold as your toes curl in the grass, and you feel that connection to the earth. I mean, see, there's where I still do that. Is you're right. If you would walk out and just curl your toes in the grass, you can feel that connection. Leave anything that you have learned from your youth behind you and just feel the connection. That's what most folks miss. All you got to do is walk out there and feel it. It's there. Now, is it the one God, the true God, the only God, the Trinity? I don't know, but I feel the connection when I walk out there like that. But it's got to be the open-minded that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is the one God, the true God, the Holy Spirit. I mean, all those things, but it's that connection, the connection to nature and the universe that actually makes me feel that I'm connected to, quote, unquote, God.
Ultimately.
Y'all call it what you want to, but my explanation is exactly what you're talking about. When I walk out and I feel the grass, and I hear the bugs, I hear the bullfrogs, the wind over my skin, that is God to me. I mean, that is just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything is God, because God is everything. God exists in everything. That's like the whole thing of animistic spirit. Maybe it's this podcast, maybe it was another we were talking about. But like right now, but everything's alive. And the moon is setting here. It arrives back again about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's going out to the from where I'm at, south and west. But right now, I'm on some cold concrete. And I got my toes, I'm curling in it. But like you said, I've been over here in dirt, but now I'm over here in the grass and the concrete. Now I'm out in the grass, and I got my toes in it, doing like you're saying. And God, it feels so good. You twist your feet to the side to side, and you grip your toes and just kind of feel. I mean, you can do it. I mean, everybody can do it. Just get your feet in there, and then look up at the sky and just shut the fuck up for a couple minutes.
Oh, well, hey, the moon is actually great. I sent you a video of my cousin here recently, and he was talking about the moon, and it's chasing the sun, and it's very beautiful tonight. It is a very nice moon. But, look, everybody just needs to, take your dang shoes off and go reconnect with dirt. Don't worry about how dirty your feet is. It feels so good when you actually can expect that there's something bigger than you. You have your own issues. Everybody does. I mean, I have mine. I mean, again, I've been stressing my ass off my puppy and, this and that, and I've had to do this and this and this and this. But you know what? He's home. He's safe. I'm sitting here. I'm partaking of some herb, and I need it. But I'm also just taking time to feel the cold on my skin, the dirt between my toes. I see the moon, and it's just very relaxing. Maybe some folks can't understand it, but I would like them to.
They should understand. I'm understand.
Go ahead, man. Hey, hit that pipe. I ain't got any more. And I'll take a hit.
And I have the perfect song that one of my uses, like the opening and the closing for this. And it's called Dirt. And it was me singing. It was like, I'm going to try to do as much as I can of it, okay? And it's like this weird sounding music in the background. It's going, I found my moment to rise and came from the dirt from which I was born. I stood up and looked down.
Okay, wait.
At all the creatures.
Just damn stop. Just damn stop.
Listen to me. There were four-legged animals and two-legged ones too, and ones that walked and ones that flew. I'm alive until I crawl back into the dirt. I'm not looking forward to not seeing these things surround me. I'm not looking forward to seeing dirt.
Dirt.
Absolutely. Hey. And hey, I know that you want to stop, man, but man, whenever someone is being poetic, you gotta let them. It's a poem, is what it is.
Oh no, man! I wasn't saying that. What I was saying was, dude, that's so sad. Please stop. I understand poetic because hey, Judaism is all about poetic. And hey, you and I had that discussion the other day. I mean, after Boo Boo got hit. And I was like, dude, I ain't getting no Walter on you, and you sent me up. Hey, The Big Lebowski is truly one of the best things you could ever watch because it truly gives you exactly what we're talking about. The poetism, the holy fuck, you pissed on my rug.
Man, Well, and like you said, it applies to the world we're in now, or to where we were in then. And of course, a lot of people are in there now. But anyway, this is mucho bueno. I'm satisfied, man. I'm done recording for the night, man. I'm gonna ease off into the evening. How about you? I may call you back.
Dude, I think it was a good cast. I think we got a little sidetracked a few times, but I still think it was awesome.
I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't. I've not. I've gotten everything I wanted to say out because I'm a weirdo, man. I'm not. If you think for one fucking second that I'm thinking like whoever the fuck you're thinking, I'm thinking like you're fucking wrong. I'm thinking about like me, and anybody who doesn't think like that is their perception. Hey, it's like the dude says, "Hey, man," that's like your opinion, man.
That's right. And it was a great cast. Thank you, Barfield. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Bye.
I found my moment to rise and came from the dirt from which I was born. And I stood up and looked around at all the creatures that I could find. There was four-legged animals and two-legged ones too, and ones that walked and ones that flew. I look straight up and I see this big blue canopy, and it pushes all of its weight down on me. And this big yellow ball in the canopy, it keeps me warm and it keeps my skin glowing. I'm alive until I crawl back into the dirt. I'm not looking forward to not seeing these things around me. Not forward, not looking forward to seeing dirt.